morning. Welcome to an all-new Eye the Tiger. I'm Devin Yon.
And I'm Anthony McFarland.
Altercations have been made to some of the underclassmen course paths due to staffing and enrollment. Different course options have also been made available to underclassmen as well. We go to Landon Marquin with more.
Roseville High School is currently experiencing a push of students to NGSS chemistry as opposed to NGSS physics. According to chemistry teacher Robert Malman, the biggest cause of this push is that the science department is understaffed.
Yeah, we lost a physics teacher last spring. He moved to West Park, Mr. Weiss. And so since we had one less physics teacher and more students than could fill the spots available with the two physics teachers we have.
On the other hand, physics teacher C.J. Addington says that this could be a great thing for students that are in higher levels of math.
They're doing is they're going through and they're looking for sophomores that have better math skills. So if they're in a higher level math, like IM3 or something, or honors pre-calc, then they're taking some of those kids and they're putting them in chemistry class, which gets them in a science class, so at least they're getting their units, they're getting their credits. And they are going to have to come back and do physics later, but at least right now, if some of those kids take chemistry, then everyone else can get covered by Miss Cook and me.
Thanks, Landon.
In other news, homecoming has been set to an earlier date this year after being hosted in October for the last couple of years.
I think it's kind of hard, especially for us girls, even I guess some guys, when you're trying to buy your dress or even your tux, it takes a while for that outfit to come in the mail, and also just to find it and not mess up what you want.
Every school's homecoming is a different weekend, and so we just got the short straw and had ours moved earlier.
And now we go over to Sienna Moffitt with sports.
Good morning, and welcome to this Tuesday's edition of EOTSN. I'm Addison Mahon. The Tigers could not stop the run game in Friday night's 39-30 loss to Laguna Creek. EOT's player to watch, Armand Thorntona, carried the Cardinals on his back with 281 rushing yards and 5 rushing touchdowns on the night. Despite the loss, quarterback Mason Cisneros shined, throwing for 185 yards and 3 passing touchdowns. 2 were those to senior Joel Bradley and 1 to junior Jaden Broussard. The Tigers took more than one loss, as Roseville rushing leader Ethan Edson went down with an arm injury. He's expected to miss the rest of the season. Roseville will look to rebound at Lincoln High School on Friday night. In other sports news, fall ball begins today. Roseville hosts Whitney after school at 4:30 p.m. Before we go, here's a look at the upcoming games this week. Today, girls golf takes on Antelope, girls tennis and girls volleyball host Intercom, and both girls water polo and boys water polo play Dixon at home. On Wednesday, girls flag football has a home game against Oakmont. And on Thursday, girls golf plays River Valley, girls tennis hosts Placer, and girls volleyball faces Wood Creek at home. And that's all on your home for Roseville High School Sports, top plays, breakdowns, and more at the Tiger Sports Network, EOTSN. And now we go over to entertainment.
Thanks, Addison. At a previous Nintendo Direct, the brand new Super Mario Bros. Game was announced. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is the first completely original 2D Super Mario game since 2012. Unfortunately, this is the first game in decades that will not feature Mario's iconic voice actor, Charles Martinet, as he retired recently. The game features the new gimmick power-up, Elephant, allowing Mario to shoot water, attack with his trunk, and run faster than usual. The next power-up is a bubble, which allows the player to deploy bubbles that you can trap enemies inside of and jump off of. There's also a new drill power that lets you destroy certain obstacles and dig underground around enemies and walls. There will also be online play where you can see what other players are doing live at the same time as you. Super Mario Wonder is looking to be a great return for 2D Mario. The creativity is flowing in Nintendo and breathing new life into a franchise that has been pretty stale for quite some time. In other game news, Bethesda's new RPG Starfield comes out tomorrow, and it's been a long time coming. It's the first brand new Bethesda IP in 29 years, and needless to say, it's a pretty big deal. It claims to have more than 1,000 planets that the player can explore, which could lead to repetitive and lifeless gameplay if not done right. It seems like Bethesda's most ambitious game yet, and it's looking like they can back up their claims. Hopefully they can finally make a game that works on launch. On a more serious note, Smash Mouth's lead singer Steve Harwell has passed away. May he rest in peace. I'm Joseph Tillman, and now we go back to news.
Thanks, Joseph.
Next spring, the jazz band has a different schedule that adds to their competition season. We go to Kiki Wheel with the story.
Mr. Austin, band director, RHS, is starting up jazz band festivals in February. due to the jazz band now being a class.
We're going to plan on doing a lot more starting up in February. So now that it's its own class, I can put a lot more focus in on more performance opportunities and more festival opportunities.
Senior Samuel DeRoches thinks that the new practice schedule will greatly impact the jazz band.
I think that is going to greatly improve it because I think that Wednesdays and Fridays was not nearly enough time to clean the music as much as we needed to. And so having a full class period that is longer than our rehearsals were, I think is going to be very beneficial.
Jesse Robles comments on the new class, agreeing that the class is a better decision due to the limit of time.
I think it's really beneficial to our band because usually we only have 2 practices a week. So it's really frustrating to have to go through those days and not have the amount of time that we used to get, like before school. And then I think it would be very beneficial to have it 5 times a week instead of 2, so we can get better for the festival a couple months later.
It's the fact that instead of getting feedback from Mr. Austin all the time, the jazz band will also get feedback from judges as well.
I really like that. I think festivals are fun. We get to get feedback. So we're not just hearing from Mr. Austin all the time. We just hear from other people and we can improve.
According to Jesse, the added festivals will leave stress on the players as they get used to the new schedule.
That's very interesting because we've only gone to the one festival at the end of the year. So that could be really stressful on all of our players and having to adapt to that. So I think that's cool that he's doing that, but I think I'm just excited for the season to start.
Thanks, Kiki.
That's it for us today on Eye of the Tiger.
And remember, we're always on at eyethetigernews.com. See you next time.